Welcome back to the House of Wambu. Today I'll be reviewing the newest MCU show, Wonder Man. Before we get started, I just wanted to say we're halfway there to hitting 100 subs, so I think that's my next subscriber goal. So if you could just drop a sub, leave a like, and just share, I would really appreciate it. But anyway, I hope everyone's been doing well, and let's get with our video quote. Today's quote is "Trust is the greatest of gifts, but it must be earned." Alright, so for my non spoiler section, Wonder Man, I think, is a pretty cool show. I'm glad we're getting some MCU content that isn't like the big stuff and, just something calm and like low key. I really don't have too much problems with the show, and yeah, I think I would recommend it to everyone because there's not that many shows out yet. I mean, later in the year, we definitely have a lot of content coming out, but so far, we don't have much. So if you got some free time, I would recommend this show. It's part of the Marvel Spotlight, so you really technically don't need to watch any of the other projects to understand what's going on. It's more of a side thing, like I said. See, I wouldn't say you have to watch it, but I think it's a cool watch if you don't have anything else to watch, and it's pretty good. I think the main thing about this show is just the intended audience, because this is really not. Yeah, I can't even say it is a superhero show. It's more of an actor show and the journey Simon, the main character, takes to becoming an actor. Not even really any superhero aspects to it, except that he has power. It's more of the experience of like Hollywood and the actor experience. So if you're really interested in that, I think you would definitely love this show. If you're not as interested, I think it'll still be somewhat good because you get to learn about that stuff and how it's like. Or even if you like writing like me, I think some of the writing stuff, like how scripts are being made and stuff, and how the actors are interpreting the writing, especially Simon's character. I think that's really cool to see. So if any of that stuff sounds pretty cool, I would recommend that to you. If not, then I probably would say just wait until some of the other more superhero shows come out this year, like Daredevil Born Again. We have X-Men 97 season 2, and I think we're getting Vision Quest this year too, and a Punisher show too. So I would wait for those if you want more superhero stuff. But if you have the free time and want to try out something different, then yeah, I would definitely recommend Wonder Man. All right, so now for my actual review. First thing I thought when watching this, especially like the first episode, I just loved Simon's character. Like seeing like an actor care so much about the character he's playing and just trying to make sure it makes sense and that there's not like plot holes or just it comes off wrong. So I think it's really cool to see that because I don't think lots of actors really do that from what I've seen. It really reminded me of what was happening last summer with David Cornsett's Superman and James Gunn, where they had like a discussion like on set about his character to make sure he's in the right mindset and know that he's taking care of the character. So I really do like seeing that aspect, and then you get to really see like lazy writers or directors just trying to do whatever, just try to produce stuff to make money, and then you get bad quality stuff like Stranger Things is an example. So yeah, we don't want another Stranger Things situation. Next with episode 2, the self tape episode, I thought it was kind of slow, not too engaging, but I think it was nice to see Trevor and Simon's relationship like develop and them become closer friends with each other. I think that was really cool, their dynamic. But like an entire episode was a little a little bit too much. There was a little bit too much going on, but it was a decent episode just to see their relationship build together. So another thing I was pretty hesitant about was bringing back another character from a long time ago, since Iron Man 3. I guess you could count Shang-Chi, but of course I'm talking about the Mandarin. And if you've seen my MCU reviews video, that was one of my main problems with Brave New World because they made it relate to Incredible Hulk, which was like 20 plus years ago. So pretty insane. But I think they did a good job with this compared to Brave New World because they actually like focused on his character and made him a really good character, especially with stuff at the end, which I'll get to. But there wasn't too much to remember too from it. It's just that he played the Mandarin. That's really all there was to it. Yeah, I think it was pretty. I think it was actually a really cool idea that they brought back the Mandarin and to play a role like that. And they just didn't let that character go to waste. It really does remind me like the show like She-Hulk, which I think people are gonna take negatively, but I actually like She-Hulk a good amount. It definitely had a lot more plot stuff I didn't like compared to Wonder Man, but I think She-Hulk really did handle just like the everyday life aspect of the MCU. Like we don't really get to see that, so I think it's really cool we get to see things like normal people interacting with the superhero world and what it's like for them instead of just seeing everything from the superhero's perspective. So I think Wonder Man definitely did a better job than She-Hulk with this. It's just cool in general to see that. So I'm glad Wonder Man did a better job and had less plot holes and more stuff I didn't really like in She-Hulk. Seeing Simon's backstory and just his life of his family was pretty emotional too. Just knowing like he hasn't had that many friends, or no, I don't think he had like any friends really growing up, which is really sad to see. And like Trevor was like his first one, which really did help make the betrayal feeling really sink in more. And we also see stuff like the conflict with Eric, which was Eric, his brother, which was pretty bad. Just basically pressuring him to keep getting a job and to work, which I do kind of understand his perspective, but it really is kind of a burden for Simon. And they feel like he's a burden to the family. It was really hard to watch that, especially him trying to get this role for Wonder Man, how much it would mean for him. So really emotional. And just some of the more low stakes stuff we have in MCU. Like we're getting like 4 big projects really this year. So I think it's cool that we're getting some more low stakes and just more calm and grounded stories. And the Doorman episode, at first I didn't like it too much. I thought it was kind of random and I thought it might have a payoff, which it kind of didn't really. But I don't know, once I let it sit with me more, I kind of liked the episode, just seeing the concept of an actor in like Hollywood basically having powers and the effects of that was pretty cool. And how like everyone could love you one moment and then they just like hate you the next and then you're just a nobody. Yeah, I think I would have liked it a bit more if it had more of a payoff because it did kind of feel random. But I guess it really was just to show like this could happen to Simon. I also didn't really like it too because I don't really like stuff in black and white. I'm more of a color guy, so that probably also didn't help. But I think it was definitely a cool episode. Then I also just wanted to shout out this monologue moment from Simon's character where he goes on and he's talking about how he can't share the real me with Trevor when they're doing their auditions. And I think that was just a really vulnerable moment. It was really cool to see. And I think that could be related to anything even outside of acting. And I bet a bunch of actors feel like that too, where they can't share their real me. They're, pretending to be someone else. And it's kind of hard to get in their character if they're still trying to figure stuff like internally about themselves. So I think that was a really cool monologue and definitely probably the best line in, or the best line slash monologue in the show that we had. And lastly, the ending was, it was cool. I guess I don't really like endings that are like left too ambiguous. Like I pretty sure there's no season 2, so that was like the only way they could end it. But I don't know, I was just expecting something different. And yeah, it's just too ambiguous for me. Like I wish we at least known what happened with Simon. And when I captured Trevor, I think that was a really cool thing. I liked how he became the Mandarin again and basically pretended that that was his whole plan all along to save Simon. So I think that was really cool. Just the very ending when him like breaking him out in prison and stuff. It felt, I wouldn't say random, but definitely unexpected because I thought the government or the damage control department, I think it was, I thought they would just keep chasing after Simon. But yeah, I guess they kind of just gave up once he became popular. The time skip did catch me off guard too. I was like, oh wow. Yeah, I don't really know how I feel about it because we don't really know what happened. They just broke out of prison. I guess they lived happily ever after. Just don't really know. I think that's probably like my main like writing issue. Other than that, I can't think of any writing issues I have. Pretty enjoyable show. So overall, I would give Wonder Man a 7.5 out of 10, which is a pretty good amount. I think it was a really enjoyable show and I didn't have much issues with the plot. Just the things I was saying about the ending, which I think could have been a little bit more polished. It wasn't the worst thing ever, but it was really just the ending. And I don't know if this counts as a plot hole, but I don't know if Simon's family knows he has powers because they were still blaming him about the fire accident. He like broke a table at the birthday party, and then after the conversation, he told Trevor that only his family seen that side of him before. So maybe that's just me. Let me know in the comments. Maybe I misunderstood that, but I would assume they know, but then they wouldn't be blaming about the fire if they did know. So that kind of confused me, and they never really cleared it up. They never really showed the family after again, so that was kind of interesting, especially with the stuff with Eric. I think it was cool, but I would have loved to see like more development from the family throughout the show. I mean, it's his brother. He was always going to be there for him, but it did feel like Eric was more against him in the beginning. He was just supporting him as soon as he became big and famous. So yeah, I wish it was more of a growth with it. Other than those couple of things, like overall, it was a pretty good show. Nothing too crazy, no crazy plot. It's just fun show, really. And I'm sure if you're like an actor or have any interest or passion in that stuff, then I think you would definitely enjoy the show a lot more than I did. Like overall, do I think this is going to be the best MCU show this year? No. Like, we got Daredevil Born Again, X-Men 97, which I heard is great too. I'll have a review on that soon. But the Punisher special will probably be better too. Vision Quest will probably be better too. But do I think this is a fun show, an enjoyable show? Sure. Would I rewatch it again? Probably, to be honest. Do I think it handled the MCU's daily life better than She-Hulk? I definitely do. Hey, you guys. I forgot this is also an MCU project, so I figured I might as well rank it too since it's MCU. And like I was saying, I definitely like it better than She-Hulk. I think it handled that aspect more. I don't know about Falcon Winter Soldier. The villain really did bother me. I mean, it definitely, like, if I put it above Falcon Winter Soldier, I think it definitely is weaker in terms of like a story and like themes and stuff like that. But is it more enjoyable and I have less problems with the writing? Yeah, probably. And I'll probably put it over Thor too, because I don't, to be honest, I don't remember too much about the first Thor movie, but I do remember not liking it. I could probably go either or with these ones. And yeah, I think that's a pretty fair rating. I remember like Iron Man 3 and Far From Home a good amount. I definitely wouldn't go above that. But it's within this ballpark over here from 31 to 34. I could go either one of all of these. But although it's kind of crazy, I have a 3.5 below a 3. Okay, I've had 3 stars, so no one goes crazy now. But yeah, 3 to 3.5, 7 to 7.5, same thing really. But yeah, ranked number 31, which is pretty good for a new show. But yeah, that is my Wonder Man review. Next week, I will most likely be resuming my Disney animated movie reviews, since I will probably not have Boba Fett done, since I'm still on Mando season 2, which isn't the best. That's all I'll say for that, but that's another review for later on. But yeah, let me know in the comments what original, preferably an older Disney movie, which one I should watch next. I'm leaning more towards Aladdin, but if anyone recommends something else, then I'll check that out first. So yeah, let me know, drop a sub, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your day.